Hello, mathematician. Today we are going to be solving multi-step equations in one variable. This is part 3. I'm sure you've already noticed there's fractions. But don't freak out. We're going to be alright. We're just going to kill all the fractions. So let's start with number 1. We can't have that mixed number. That mixed number is going to throw things off. So let's change that mixed number into an improper fraction. The way we do that is to multiply the denominator times the whole number and add the numerator. So 28 times 9 plus 23 is 275. So the only thing we changed was that bit that's on the right side of the equation after the equal sign. Now we can start trying to kill the fractions. So let's multiply everything by 7. So when we multiply that first fraction by 7, we get to kill the denominator, which is pretty nice. And then everything else we have to multiply by 7. So that's not great, but at least the first one's gone. So we end up with 23k because the denominator went away when we multiplied by 7. It canceled. And we have 5 times 7 is 35. And 7 times 7 is 49 over 4. And 275 times 7 is 1,925 over 28. I tried to reduce both of those fractions, and it doesn't really work. So we're stuck with them for a little bit longer. Let's multiply everything by 4 and see if we can kill that second fraction. So we multiply 23k times 4, 35 times 4. We don't multiply 49 times 4 because we get to kill that fraction, which is going to be awesome. So we get to cancel the 4 that's on the bottom with the 4 that's on the top, and they just go away. And then we do have to multiply 1,925 times 4. So this is what we get. We get 23 times 4 is 92. We get 35 times 4 is 140. The 4's canceled, leaving us 49. And 1,925 times 4 equals 7,700 over 28. So I got rid of all of the fractions now. I divided 7,700 by 28 and it equaled a whole number, which was awesome. It was 275. So I don't have any fractions left. And now we're back to part 1 of the multi-step equations in one variable, where we just get to combine and cancel stuff. So it's much better now. So we have these two constants that we can combine. That 140 minus 49, and that equals 91. And now it's just a two-step problem, so it's way easier now. So we're going to subtract 91, and we're going to divide 92, and k is 2. So that was a wicked problem. And the next one's going to be just a little bit harder. But it's totally doable because we can just kill off the fractions. So here's our second one. It has a distributive property in it. We did distributive property in part 2 of the solving multi-step equations in one variable. We have to do the distributive property part first before we can multiply out or cancel anything else. No fraction killers until we get rid of the parentheses. So we're going to multiply 6 times t, and that's 6t. And 6 times 3 is 18, and you leave the 4. We also have a mixed number that we need to turn into an improper fraction. So we're going to multiply 3 times 8 and add 1, and that gives us 25. So we just turned 3 and 1/8 into 25 over 8, and now we can kill fractions. So let's multiply everything by 8. Multiplying by 8 we'll also get rid of the 4, I hope. So let's multiply everything times 8. So we get 6t times 8 is 48t. 18 times 8 is 144. 25. Ooh, we don't have to multiply that one by 8. We can just cancel the 8s, and it just leaves 25. And then we can cancel the 8s on the next one too. That's awesome. So 13t is all that's left for that one. You could multiply 25 times 8 and then divide by 8, but you would still get 25. Multiplying by 8 and then immediately dividing by 8 doesn't really do anything. So I think that 144 divided by 4 reduces to a whole number. So let's see. It does. It equals 36. So now we have no more fractions. They're all gone. Normal problem now, just like part 1. So we have a constant on each side. We have a variable on each side. Let's get rid of one of the variables. And I ran out of space again. So here's the arrow. So let's add 13. That gets rid of the minus 13t. And that leaves us 61t minus 36 equals 25, which is just this 2-step problem. So we add 36. And we divide 61. And t equals 1. Thank you for watching. I love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow.